Hello BookTube, it's Lena Cooper here, and it's Tuesday, which means it is Tag Tuesday. Today I'm doing the Finally Fall tag. This tag was created by Lena over at Tall Tales. I will leave a link down to her original video, as well as a list of all of the questions. I was not tagged to do this video, but I saw Lena do it. I liked the questions. I love fall, and I figured this would be a great way to kick off the season. Question number 1. In fall, the air is crisp and clear. Name a book with a vivid setting. There are quite a few books I could answer this question with. One that stands out to me is Radiance by Catherine Valente. I have a whole review of this video I'll link above if you're interested, but this is a deco-punk novel set in an alternative early 20th century universe where humanity has colonized the planets, and the thing that really stands out to me in this book is that the planets in our solar system are not like the planets that we know them to be. The planets in the solar system are each habitable systems, ecosystems, thanks to this substance that's harvested from something called a calla whale, which is a mysterious organism that lives on Venus. Each of the planet ecosystems is incredibly unique and different. Incredibly vivid settings. Question number 2. Nature is beautiful, but also dying. Name a book that is beautifully written, but also deals with a heavy topic like loss or grief. Again, several I could name, but I think I'm going to go with the Broken Earth trilogy by N.K. Jemisin. Again, I have a whole review of this trilogy. If you're interested in checking it out, I really, really recommend it. It's beautifully, lyrically written in a very unique style. It has first, second, and third person in it, which is a little strange to encounter, but totally worth just immersing yourself in the writing. And it deals with so many different layers of grief and loss. Lost families, families torn apart, lost loved ones, partners, children, friends. Just, it's an incredibly heavy series of books, but just gorgeous. Question number 3. Fall is back to school season. Share a nonfiction book that taught you something new. Well, I think, generally speaking, all nonfiction books teach me something new. What few of them I read. I started off the year, I think, reading 2 nonfiction books in the first month or something, and I thought, ooh, this is going to be the year I read a bunch of nonfiction. I have not read any other nonfiction since then, but of them, I did read Mirage earlier this year. It was written by Nina Burley, and this is a book about Napoleon's invasion of Egypt and partial colonization of Lower Egypt. I learned that the French were the ones who actually discovered the Rosetta Stone, and then it was stolen by the British Navy on its way back to France. I also learned just a lot of other general facts about that time period and the sort of needless waste that was involved in that entire military campaign that Napoleon then up and left and abandoned all of the French people there. So yeah, not like a super academic answer, but there you go. Question 4. In order to keep warm, it's good to spend some time with the people we love. Name a fictional family, household, friend group that you'd like to be a part of. For this, I think I'm going to go with an old childhood favorite of a place I really wanted to be involved with, and that is Redwall Abbey from the Redwall books. Not because I necessarily want to live in an abbey, but the glorious thing about these books is they're not actually religious at all, even though they're, most of them take place at an abbey with monks. But I always really wanted to live in Redwall Abbey. It just seemed like a really delightful, cozy place. Super weather's time period specific. They were always having adventures. They were always having treasure hunts and having feasts and cooking and having a delightful, sweet little time, even if occasionally they had to fight evil cats. Question 5. The colorful leaves are piling up on the ground. Show us a pile of fall-colored spines. So I'm just going to grab a couple of books that I have lying around. Okay. There we go. Is that fall colorful enough? Hopefully. Question 6. Fall is the perfect time for some storytelling by the fireside. Share a book wherein somebody is telling a story. Okay, I hate to repeat answers, but I'm gonna go with another Redwall book. Maybe I'm just feeling nostalgic this afternoon, but this book is Martin the Warrior by Brian Jakes, and I don't have a copy of it anymore because I lent it to someone and they never gave it back to me. It is in my memory, my favorite Redwall book, and the entire thing is someone telling a tale. So the beginning chapter opens at Redwall Abbey. There are some visitors. They come through the snow. They stop at the Abbey. The Abbey gives them food. They're welcomed in to dinner. And somehow it comes about that Martin the Warrior is a great hero of Redwall Abbey. And the people who are visiting have heard of him too. They know the story of Martin's past before he came to the Abbey. And so the rest of the book is them sharing the story, what they know of Martin the Warrior's past and this great epic battle he was involved in and the friends he made and lost along the way. It's a delightful, heartbreaking, beautiful tale from what I remember. Question number 7. The nights are getting darker. Share a dark, creepy read. I don't read many things that I think people would consider creepy. I don't read horror, and generally speaking, I think the thrillers I read aren't necessarily creepy because I read a lot of stuff from the detective's point of view. And like the only thing that's coming to mind, Radiance creeped me out, but I already said that as an answer for another question. I guess I could mention the Secret Casebook of Simon Fexamel by KJ Charles. The whole book isn't creepy. The structure of the story is that it's a bunch of interconnected vignettes. Simon Fexamel, who is an occultist who deals with the supernatural and the strange, and the first case, part of it is really creepy. It deals with a ghost haunting the biographer's house, and that's how he actually meets Simon Fexamel, and it devolves into something that's not creepy at all. But there was a couple moments where I was reading that first vignette in the book where I was like chilled. Question number 8. The days are getting colder. Name a short, heartwarming read that could warm up somebody's cold and rainy day. I don't really know what Alina would consider short, considering short to me is like 30 pages or less. But I think short to most people would be like less than 200 pages. So if we're going by the like less than 200 pages, a really cute short novel that I found really sweet and delightful and uplifting and had great trans representation is Peter Darling by Austin Chant. This is another one of my like best books of the year. Austin Chant is a trans writer, and he has written a sequel to Peter Pan where Peter is a trans man and develops a relationship with Hook and just has a great kind of take on what is Neverland. It's just so sweet while maintaining some of that bite that the original Peter Pan character had, and I love it. I love it so much. So if you haven't read it and you're a Peter Pan fan, you should check it out. It is adult, not YA, just so that's clear. I think there's been some confusion that it's a YA novel, and it's not. It's an adult novel. So, question 9. Fall returns every year. Name an old favorite that you'd like to return to soon. Specifically, there's one that I've read 5 pages of it so far, but I'm going to be rereading it in the first week of October, and that is Dracula by Bram Stoker. This was one of my childhood favorites. Yes, the unabridged original version by Bram Stoker. Loved it. Not entirely sure how I'm going to feel about it now. I've heard some, as an adult, as a critical reader, as a feminist, I don't know if I'm really going to get along with it all that well, but I am excited to reread it to find out once and for all how I still feel about it. Question 10. Fall is the perfect time for cozy reading nights. Share your favorite cozy reading accessories. Well, to be honest, I read on my laptop a lot. Like, I have a Kindle app on my laptop, and this is what I like to read on. And the other really strange place that I love to read, there used to be a Starbucks I went to all the time. It had a cozy little reading nook with like 4 comfy chairs, and I used to go there probably 5 times a week to write. It's where I wrote the bulk of my first novel, and also to read. Unfortunately, they took out those 4 cozy chairs and replaced them with 2 teeny tiny little tables and 4 very horrible, uncomfortable chairs. In this specific Starbucks, all of their tables are set too low for how tall the chairs are. I'm not kidding. They really do not want people sticking around in this Starbucks. So instead of going into that Starbucks anymore, I go through the drive-thru and then I'll park and sit in my car and read. Not kidding. Because I drive a Jeep, I have pretty comfortable bucket seats. And so, and I'll just like crack a window and play music if I want to, or just, sit in my car and read either a physical book or I'll read on my phone, my Kindle app on my phone. And that's kind of where I like to read. So does my car count as an accessory? I don't know. Question 11. Spread the autumn appreciation and tag some people. So I'm not entirely sure who has done this tag. I'm just gonna list a couple of people, and if you've already done this tag, ignore me. And if you haven't done it, you're tagged. So I'm gonna tag Maya from Maya Reads, Roya from The Unicorn Hunter, Kath from Kath Elizabeth Reads, and Victoria from Books and Things. So I will also try to tag you guys on Twitter so you know that I've tagged you. Thank you for watching. This has been the finally fall tag, and man, I am so glad that it is finally fall. It's my favorite season. October is like my favorite month. October is kind of in competition with November, which is NaNoWriMo month, and I also really love, but yeah. So if you are watching this and I haven't tagged you, but this tag sounds like fun and fall is one of your favorite seasons, consider yourself tagged. Go ahead and do this. Let me know that you've done it and I'll watch your video. And if you've enjoyed this video or any of my other content, don't forget to subscribe. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.